It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And this one features Josh Jacobs. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the 49ers and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Now from the host city of so many Pro Bowls, we're on the island of Oahu in the capital city of Honolulu, Hawaii. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on 10 as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cardinals of Honolulu. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've been... The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3rd play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Purdy. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 17 carries, 71 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer here, even though said passer wasn't a quarterback.
And this is a call, partner, I think you might see once a decade or so. But the officials know the rules better than anyone, and you have to know them when you're on the field. Anyone throwing the ball gets the same protection as a quarterback. So if he gets hit late, that's definitely going to draw a flag.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Cade York on now for the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. York able to send this one through. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Tyreek Hill on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Counter play with Jacobs. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention that they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now Jones. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. You look at this Niner defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple of touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 21 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back to throw. Purdy. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. They need 18 yards here on third down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. Shotgun now with Purdy. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Williams running left, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Throwing, Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Now Purdy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Jones. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there. First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 31. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Cade York on now for the field goal. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Tyreek Hill set to return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Purdy now to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So out now come the Cardinals. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Jacobs going to try the middle, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Hill to return it. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Purdy. Left side to Lamb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We get started up in the great state of Washington. Atlanta making the trip to Lumen Field to take on Seattle. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Desmond Ridder with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we'll take a trip east to check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Deebo Samuel, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Kyler Murray, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. We saw a strong first half of play from quarterback Mac Jones. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about about the 18-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kevin Farley, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown Cardinals. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
SEC violation.
No doubt.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks.
But yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Running it with Jacobs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Once again, it's Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, 49ers.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Purdy. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And this one is right down the middle. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half, and sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete to McBride. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Jones looking to throw on second down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They give it to Williams, running right. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 10 more there and another first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw, Purdy. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. Purdy looking to throw. That is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, 49ers. CeeDee Lamb, 44 yards. And the 49ers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 41-yard line.
Throwing Jones. He'll get that one to Carter complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9.
Now Jones. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Williams. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 62 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Williams is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll run it with Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
A 24-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Purdy. Dancing to his left. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Niners first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches. Purdy's throw there taken in by Kittle. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Purdy to throw it on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Purdy, big 4th down play. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now 3rd and 4.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.